Hey guys, back with another video. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about the middle class, or therefore the lack of the middle class, as I think most of us know it's kind of slowly been eliminated over the past 40 or so years. And when I say eliminated, I don't mean they're trying to the elitists are trying to kill us or anything. They're just trying to divide us. They're doing a good job controlling us, doing a good job of that as well, making sure that we keep fighting each other while they get more rich and much more powerful. This started to happen too, 80s and the 90s, when a lot of companies really started pushing back against unions, and then slowly and surely now most people don't even have unions. They've even convinced employees that they're bad. Well, you have to pay union dues, and it's like, well, right, but they also protect you. They protect your labor laws, and they make sure that they also fight for your wages going up. And union workers, generally speaking, made pretty good money compared to people who aren't in unions. And now here we are, without unions, and you look what's happening. And everything has gotten much worse since this has started happening. Now, in 1980, the U.S. government, and as well as around the same time the Canadian government, started taking donations from major corporations. This has also really put a damper on the middle class as well. And then they start passing laws that benefit them, like having crappy labor laws. And again, this happened in Canada as well. And next thing you know, for one example, you're required to work 44 hours instead of 40 to get overtime. It's just an example of them taking a little bit away from you, where we should, because we're getting better, we should be getting better, and companies are certainly getting more wealthy. Wages should have gone up, but we're not very good businessmen or women as they are, and we need to, like I said in the previous video, really work on our negotiating skills. And the other thing, is houses and rent is too expensive. Inflation is through the roof, and I know a lot of people talk about greedflation, and I agree with that to a point. I think that there are certain corporations that kind of took advantage of it. The price of bacon didn't need to be $8 because of inflation. It was just an excuse, like, oh, well, since everything else is going up, we'll just increase the price of bacon. It should be $6, but we'll make it $8 just because we're greedy. That happens too. But you also look at the lack of affordable housing. I mean, I see houses here in Hamilton, Ontario being built, or condos being built here, and they're starting at like $400,000. It's like, that's not affordable housing. Not even close. We need little, bungalows that are worth, $150,000, $200,000, $250,000, right? And then people will start to have a little bit of hope. And then, which would also help the middle class start to thrive again, which they haven't in a very long time now. And it's really sad to see. The middle class are, generally speaking, a hardworking people. It's where most people fit in. And if the middle class disappears, that means your only option is to be rich or poor. Well, most people don't become rich, so that means most people will become poor if we eliminate the middle class. And that's very dangerous to our society. We see, in America, every single bridge has homeless people living under it. It's, in places even like Austin, Texas, there's a lot of homeless people. California, New York is a disaster. And et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of places that are just really bad. And then you look at here in Canada, in Ontario, the average house, I believe, is worth just under $1 million. And the average household income is just under $100,000 a year before taxes. So really, you're making about, $60,000 a year on average for a household. And the houses are just about $1 million for the average house. Now that just has to change. The only way you can change that is by building more houses, therefore having more options in the market. And again, that helps with the middle class, the sustainability of the middle class as well. So that's going to be it for today. I'll be back tomorrow, though. I'll be making some more videos, posting them tomorrow evening. Thanks for tuning in, and let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear from both sides. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe.